Everybody's in the play, and don't you know it's a beautiful new day. Hey, running down the avenue, see how the sun shines brightly in the city. On the streets there once was pity, Mr. Blue Sky is living in today. Hey, Mr. Blue Sky, please tell us why you had to hide away for so long. Where did we go wrong? Mr. Blue Sky, please tell us why you had to hide away for so long. Where did we go wrong?
We are the lads from the Tilton. We'll support you till the end of the day. We're so happy following the blues. We love you, what more can we say? Birmingham's a team down at St Andrews. We are all supporters of our team. We chant of Super Blues, ringing all around. Now all you blue boys know what we mean. We are the lads from the Tilton. We'll support you till the end of the day. We're so happy following the blues. We love you, what more can we say? Let's hear you in the cup, singing in our song, helping and sharing the load. It's worth the pointed roll when we sing together. We're there at the end of the road. We are the lads from the Tilton. We'll support you till the end.
Yes, the sun is shining in the sky. There ain't a cloud in sight. It stopped raining. 5 bids in for Blues, and I expect this to be the truth, even though they are non-binding. Ernst & Young wouldn't just say this, would they? Bank holiday puts pay to the normal Tilton Talk show schedule, but the team are committed enough to bring it to you on a Tuesday instead of a Monday. Blues win one and lose one over the Easter holidays, as safety is all but assured. Are you happy at that? Normally on a Tuesday the news feeds go mental. Maybe it'll happen tomorrow because of bank holiday, who knows? Every Birmingham fan tonight is rooting for Queen's Park Rangers, as it's crunch time for B6. We'll be keeping an eager eye on the scores and bringing them to you as soon as the goals go in. Rumour has it Carlos Gill has sped off from the ground as Jeremy Carr makes 5 changes for Queen's Park Rangers. With a big win at the Baggies, let's hope their confidence continues. Ex-Blues manager Lee Clark is the first gaffer of a team to be relegated. Would it have been us? Even though I defended him to the end, even I believe it would have been. So huge thanks to Gary and the Backroom Boys for turning our season round. 3 Midlands clubs up for sale. 2 probably will be sold, 1 probably won't be. Just another week being a Birmingham City fan.
Following the blues, we love you, what more can we say?
And a very good Tuesday evening to you. I've got to remember that it's Tuesday because we normally bring the show to you on a Monday night, but we changed it obviously because of bank holidays. Chris, you've had your hair dyed.
I have, yeah. I've gone for the goth look this week.
Oh dear, sorry about that. Got to say a massive hello to new listener Brogan Horn. She's listening in tonight. Very big welcome to you. And thanks for tuning in to Sports Radio Birmingham. We don't only just do the football shows here, we do all sorts. Chris, enlighten Brogan and the rest of the listeners tonight as to what we do.
Sorry, start it again, because I was trying...
He's got his headphones on again.
You've got to remember,
great radio,
when the show starts, I'm still doing sound checks.
Great radio, this is
Oh,
great.
yeah.
I said enlighten our new listener Brogan and the rest of our listeners tonight as to other shows that go on in the week.
Oh, okay. Well, okay, so we've got the Tilton Talk.
That's usually on a Monday, 7:30 to 9:30.
We've got
9.
Capo shows, which are on a Thursday, Friday, sometimes I believe. We've got lots of specials, which go out sometimes on a Tuesday and a Friday. We've got the Biscuit Boys on a Wednesday, 8 p.m. And not forgetting the Speedway Tavern every Thursday at 8 p.m. And from 5 p.m. every day, we've got a biscuit tin where we just plonk all our good music in and just put it.
And these are all from your unsigned bands that you're working with?
Yeah, all a mixture of unsigned bands and under the radar.
Some tremendous work going on there. Well done, keep it up. Okay, so there you go, Brogan. That's you welcomed to the show officially. Ollie, good to see you again in the studio.
Hi Nick, good to see you as well.
I know it is. Always good to see me, dude. It's always good to see me. Thanks ever so much for writing up your report for the Bournemouth game.
right.
I was listening in at home as normal with my iPad, my phone and the TV and, every kind of device that I possibly can get. And for the first 30 minutes, it seemed like we ran the show.
Yeah, it's probably one of the best performances of the season for the first half an hour. Really clinical in front of goal, defended really well. And yeah, even dominated the play, to be honest, with the ball. So, and then just suddenly in the last hour it went awfully wrong.
Well, they scored, and then we just seemed to fall to pieces.
Yeah, well, they're top of the league, and they've got so much confidence there. It's just like even before the game, like you just see everyone around the ground was just so much in a positive mood. They're kind of waiting to get promoted, if anything. And the second of that first goal went in that they scored, even I knew they were just going to run away with the game after that.
So you knew at that moment?
Yeah.
Right.
You could just tell, like as I said, about the atmosphere around the ground. It just completely took anything that we had momentum-wise out of the game. And, yeah.
I mean, it seemed to me that, our supporters were giving it all, and I don't think anybody could believe that they were 2-0 up against the Bournemouth side that beat us 8-0 at St Andrews. Half an hour into the game, it was quite crazy. And I had to pinch myself twice to see if I was still fast asleep, to be perfectly honest with you.
And was you?
Yeah.
2 good goals as well into that. Shinnie's ball to Donaldson was the quality that he was showing just after Rowett came in. Maybe not so much now, but maybe the signing of Fabrini might have given him the kick up the backside he needed.
I'm surprised. Going on to the Fabrizio, I'm surprised that he hasn't actually, played a part yet.
Well, he didn't play yesterday because he broke his nose in training.
Broke his nose in training, didn't he? Yeah.
For a couple of weeks now.
They said that he'll wear a mask,
like a Fabregas.
Yeah.
A Fabregas.
Yeah. Like an opera. Well, was it the Phantom of the Opera?
Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah.
So was the journey down to Bournemouth all good?
Yeah, there was no traffic. We got there at like 1 o'clock on the club coaches, which was an hour earlier than we are normally. So yeah, no traffic whatsoever. Surprising. Given
Well, they'd all gone on Friday, hadn't they? All the caravanners. So
even on the way back, it was all right. You'd think that people would be coming back on the last day of the holiday, but yeah, it was.
What was the atmosphere in the coach like on the way back? 2-0 up, half an hour gone, and then all of a sudden you go and lose 4-2.
It was quite muted, but it normally is anyway. But there was the odd murmur about the negatives. No one looked at the positives, which was frustrating. But I suppose because all the positives came in the first half an hour, rather than the last hour.
Yeah, there are no positives in a 4-2 loss, though, is there? They've scored 12 goals against us this season.
First club to score the opening goal against them at their place this season.
Always Birmingham, innit? Always Birmingham City. You always rely on Birmingham City, can't you?
I thought Lloyd Dyer played quite well.
Everybody was saying so, yeah, and Twitter was lighting up quite nicely about him on Saturday. So
Donaldson,
all good.
The 2 goals were taken really well, and to be honest, I think Donaldson missed a chance just after we scored the second, which would have almost sealed the game, really. I don't know if you've seen the highlights the club have put up, but when he goes through and all he's got to do is tap it into the net, but he takes an extra touch on his chest. That's the differences between winning and losing, to be honest.
And that's also the difference between the top of the table side and Birmingham City side, who are,
Oh yeah, we showed in that first half an hour that we can do a job against anyone in this league. It's just that we're not ruthless enough in front of goal all the time, and we probably haven't got the players to do it consistently. Like people were saying,
there was one player that was probably a bit too ruthless. I imagine we're going to talk about that later. Anyway, that's going to be the talking point of the game, isn't it?
Quite probably, yeah.
Which is a shame, really.
Yeah.
Well, these things happen, don't they? Performance-wise, overall, then. First 30
is a solid 9 out of 10. There's very little we could have done better.
Did you think sort of 26, 27 minutes into the game that this is ours? We're going to have this. Or?
I didn't think. I wasn't even at 2-0. I wasn't thinking we've won this.
Right.
Because as I said, they're top of the league. They're great attacking side,
and they've scored the most goals in the Championship by a country mile.
Oh yeah, I'm sure by the end of the season they'll have the record for the most goals. I'm not sure what it is off the top of my head, but in Championship history, I'm sure they'll be right up there.
if somebody could put on the shout box what the most goals are that have ever been scored in the Championship, we'd appreciate that, because we've lost our researcher tonight. GA is not in tonight because he couldn't make Tuesday, so there's just the three of us, and we're only going to go for an hour tonight, so it's just a 1 hour special. A 1 hour bank holiday special, that's how we're going to advertise this, you know?
Yeah. Even though it's not a bank holiday.
Shh. Well, what hair dye do you use, Chris?
Cheapest.
It's very cheap.
Cheapest, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, cheapest.
What, black marker pen?
Yeah. Don't mock. It'll come to you, don't worry.
Maybe not.
No,
I
maybe
know
not.
what it is.
No,
It's
no.
the cheap chocolate that they sell after Easter. It's like all the dark chocolate.
It's Docco's.
It's Docco's Jaffa
Docco's,
cakes,
that's
isn't
right.
it? Yeah,
Melted down.
Docco's
yeah.
Jaffa cakes rubbed into your head.
I must admit, they were quite nice, though.
Got to big up, of course, Connie Talbot as well for that Mr. Blue Sky rendition. Absolutely
good,
amazing.
very good.
Love listening to that. Absolutely love it. Brilliant. Right, okay. We've got no Chris Pugh with us tonight, so we won't be able to have the comprehensive ladies update that we'd normally have. So what we're going to do is go straight into the competition. Now, it's the big one this weekend. It's the Dingles at home. Probably going to be quite a big crowd, even though, and this is the downside of football, it's £30 for a ticket for the Tilton.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
30 quid, and I'm actually going to stamp my foot down and not go. There you go. 20's plenty. I'm not paying £30 to go to watch a football game.
Yeah.
And I was in the club at home the other night, and the gentleman there said that it was £50 to get into the Chelsea Stoke game for a Stoke City supporter. 50 quid.
Wouldn't
That's
say not a bad goal to have
50.
scored though. That game.
Right, Charlie Adams trickle. Yeah, it was average.
I heard it was a long ball that just got taken by the wind.
I did like the one on Twitter the following day where NASA had actually tracked it, and there was a line going all the way around the world. It's quite good. But then I posted one on Facebook this morning of another goal which was taken literally from the penalty area. And the guy scored it, it's just incredible, isn't it? You know, they're once in a lifetimes, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're ones that you're just going to keep on YouTube and just keep watching and watching and watching. I did that. That was me.
You get a special TV set up in your house in the hallway.
Just have it on Vine.
Yeah, just keep playing it.
On Vine, yeah.
Everyone that walks into the house, they know you scored that
every
goal.
7 seconds. Mind you, it probably took longer than 7 seconds for the ball to go into the net, to be honest with you. But yeah, I mean, look, they are worldies, they are one-offs. And yeah, you know, there's been a few that have hit them from the halfway line, Beckham and the likes. But you know, I think when you do one and it obviously goes viral, it goes around the world.
Yeah.
That's got to be one hell of a moment as a player. You know, to think, hey, yes, that was mine.
That's it.
All right, competition.
Competition.
You know what
I know what you mean.
Yeah,
I know
competition
what you mean.
guesses are coming in now. Okay, Loyal Blue Capo. This is the new name. Loyal Blue Capo is going for a 3-1 win to Birmingham City and 22,450. Ollie, what's your prediction for this one?
I'm really scared, if I'm being honest. I really don't like Wolves. And
Who does in this room? Come on, let's be real.
And they're in such good form at the moment. They're really pushing for that playoff spot. I know they're in there now, but they're really giving themselves a
They're
great
in sixth
chance.
position as it is, right? We could, as they did to us 2 years ago, poop on their party. Now, we pooped on Derby's party 4 weeks ago. Okay, they won the weekend, but they went, 4 games without a win after we scored those 2 late winners against them. So, you know, hey, you never know, do you?
But it's just because, like, this is the time of the year when you want to be in form, and this is what they're doing at the moment. They can't start winning, and if they go into the playoffs doing that, then, you know, no one can beat them, really. You know, if you're going to in form, that's better than just having a good team in some cases.
Well, there's still, what, seven games to go, something like that? 6, 7 games?
5, I think.
5, is it, after them? 5 for them,
5.
Okay, so, form can drop off.
Yeah,
I'm
hopefully
just putting it out there, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully we do it to them. But we get a win and
We owe
derail
them one.
them.
We owe them one for what they did to us at St Andrews.
Yeah.
Those 3 years ago. 3 years ago. Yeah, 3 years ago now.
Do you think not having Robbo might...
Sorry?
You think not having Robbo might might not help?
In a way, like, he didn't play well at all yesterday, but that happens to everyone. But I'm sure we'll go on to that at some point in the show. But Kiernan made about 3 mistakes against Rotherham, and that's why he was dropped. I think personally he was dropped. He wasn't resting and rotating it for fitness. I think he was dropped because he was making mistakes against Rotherham, and you're not going to always get away with it. So having that experience that Robinson has, like would have fought against Bournemouth, is vital, especially in that sort of game. But it can also work in our favour not having him, because the reason that he didn't play well yesterday was because of he's got no pace, and Callum Wilson just took him apart. Now Wolves have got Dicko, Afobe and Sacco, 3 players that have unbelievable pace. Like probably
they would have ripped him apart.
Yeah,
basically.
anyone else like in our team, I don't think anyone else in our team's quick enough. Like even Wes Thomas, he's probably our quickest player.
Yeah,
I don't think he'd beat him in a race. But for a prediction, I don't want to say that Wolves are going to win. So I'm going to stick
go with your head, not your heart. I know what my heart's saying to me every single game, right? But go with your head. Go with your head. Don't let me put pressure on you.
I can see a few goals in this game.
But there is an outside.
I'm going to go 2-2.
2-2.
Yeah.
Is that an absolute head?
2-2?
Not really.
No. Well, go with what you're saying then. I'm going to put in brackets 2-2.
Okay.
Right.
And then I'll go for a 2-1 defeat.
That was the
then.
pressure shot. That one, the 2-2. So which are you going for?
2-1 defeat.
A 1-2 defeat. Okay.
Yeah.
And the attendance.
I've got to disagree with you about the attendance. I don't think it's going to be very good at
Well,
all.
I don't think it is. Not at £30 a ticket.
Oh, you said it was going to be quite a good attendance, though, even though it is.
I don't know. 22,450. I think that's.
I don't think it's pushing it.
No, I think that's pushing it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go 18,000 because I think Wolves will bring quite a few.
Yeah.
18,000 dead.
And 5.
18,005.
Yeah, 15.
Chris. Chris.
Yeah, I can't see us getting a win either. I'm going to go for a 2-0 Wolves.
0-2. And attendance for you?
I'm going to go for 19,300.
19,300. And my good self, I'm going to go. Ollie's smiling. He knows what's coming.
Because I know you've told me to go for my head, and you'll probably go with your heart and say we're going to win.
You always go with your heart.
You're talking to somebody who is in position 3,632 on Super 6 out of 2 million people.
And how many you got right on the Birmingham
None.
game? Exactly.
Good answer. I am actually going to go for Birmingham City 2, Wolverhampton Wanderers 0. And I'm only going to go for 18,653. Again, I just think it's just overpriced. It's they've increased the prices by a
to be honest, we haven't got much to play for.
And that's the third game, no disrespect, in just over a week.
Yeah.
What do they expect? And we're a mid-table championship club. Really? Yeah. These are the honesties, yeah?
Yeah, we could actually be guaranteed mathematically safety on Saturday. So, there is literally
still not
nothing
mathematically.
Not mathematically.
It's 14 with 5 to play for the other team. So we just have to get the same result really as Millwall.
Yeah,
and we're safe.
Yeah, but we're safe in all but
the
right amount of points.
Yeah.
So you're predicting a defeat.
Yeah.
Chris Brown is predicting a defeat.
Right, so anyone on the show?
Loyal Blue Capo.
He's
Loyal Blue is predicting a 3-1 win, and I'm predicting a 2-0 win.
If anybody else wants to have a go, just stick it on a shout box.
What's the prize, Chris? What's the prize?
The prize is the shirt.
The Tilton Talk Show
a one-off T-shirt.
A one-off shirt.
We'll even sign it for him.
And you've got to be within 100 either way on the attendance and have the score right. That's all. It's as simple as that.
Simple.
No other rules.
No other rules.
All of the rules are discounted.
I wonder what the predictions would have been like if it was after the Rotherham game that we were guessing and we didn't play the Bournemouth game. I bet they'd be slightly different, but It's just how football
I
goes.
think there's a bounce back factor to come from that Rotherham game. You know, knowing that they played so well for that first 30. Yeah, that's a third
Yeah.
of the game, and knowing that they were 2-0 up against the country's top championship side, who are going to be promoted. Let's all probably face the facts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, they've got like if they needed to pick their own fixtures, they have got them because they've got teams that are right in the middle rather than
Yeah.
they've got no one in the top 10 to the end of the season, and they've got no one right
In the
down
bottom,
in the
nobody's
in the mix.
scrapping, yeah.
Yeah, so like they've got Charlton away on the last day.
Right.
They've got Brighton next
Already
week.
on the beach. Already
Yeah,
on the beach.
Exactly. Yeah, it's perfect for them.
Hmm. Okay. Anybody else? Please, let's have them. You can use the shout box. You can use the Twitter account, which is
At Sports Radio 1.
at Sports Radio 1.
And the same as the Facebook page.
And the same as the Facebook page.
Sports
So
Radio
therefore,
1.
Lots of ways you can do that then. Lee Clark.
Yes.
You know, and you all know, and I won't hide the fact that I defended Lee Clark until his final day at Birmingham City Football Club.
Yeah.
I have to concede that I do think that would have been us in that position this weekend had we have still had Lee. And I'm sure he's a very nice guy. Had we still had him as our football manager.
No doubt.
For Blackpool to be relegated with, 5 or 6 games to go still is quite unprecedented.
They'd have probably been relegated in March if they'd have not had the international break. It's one of the best weekends of the season.
Yeah.
I have no affinity to Lee Clark whatsoever now. Thank you very much. He was a Birmingham City manager. Yeah, I supported you while you're there, as I will any manager of our football club. But to me, Blackpool are irrelevant and no longer. Who else is going to go down with them, Ollie?
I really didn't want Wigan to, but I think they will. Although they have got 2 very big games coming up. They've got Fulham away Friday, who are just outside the relegation zone, and then they've got Millwall the week after, in the midweek when we play Blackburn.
Why did you not want them to go down?
Because it's quite close
It's
to
local,
me at uni.
right, okay.
It's the nearest club, so
Yeah.
it would have just been so easy if we played them at a decent time. And
Yeah.
I know Saunder's a Wigan fan as well, and
Oh,
yeah,
right.
let's see.
You found the Wigan fan.
Yeah, I found him. Yeah,
I'll tell you what, just watch Blackpool beat Reading tonight.
yeah, I wouldn't be.
That's on the cards,
surprised.
isn't it? That's on the cards, isn't it?
That's usually the way it goes.
The other game taking part tonight is currently Blackpool 0, Reading 0, and Charlton 0, Fulham 0. We might bring you some Premier League.
What time do they kick off up there?
7:45, I think.
Somebody
it was.
else they've kicked
Yeah.
off. Okay.
7:45.
And
So.
the team to join them, I think, will be Millwall as well. I think that
Yeah,
Wigan
I think
will
Millwall.
finish above Millwall, even though Millwall are a point better off at the moment. But yeah, I think it'll be the 2 that are in the relegation zone with Blackpool at the moment. What do you 2 think?
Quite probably. Well, looking at the Championship now, we've got, once the refresh does happen, Blackpool have obviously gone. You press the update button. So they're out of it. Wigan are on 35, played 41. Millwall on 36, played 40. Rotherham played 41 but got 43. 36, if Millwall have really got to win that game in hand to, I think, stand any chance of staying up. Now, I'm really surprised that Wigan are down there, I'll be honest with you. I'm really surprised. I never thought for a minute that would happen.
It's all gone wrong for them, hasn't it, this season?
Terrible, yeah. I mean, they were going to do so well, weren't they? Everybody had predicted they would be top of the table material.
Yeah. When they beat us in August 4-0, like, that was a turning point to a lot of people. They thought, they struggled at the start of the season. That's going to be their turning point. And they haven't actually won a home game since. So that tells you just how much of a mess it's been on the field for them this season. Nothing wrong off the field, like, that's happened to a lot of clubs, like, could have happened to us this season going down. But it's happened to Blackpool. They've got a lot of problems off the field. But it's just on the field, there's something that's stopping them from winning games. They've got the players to do it. On paper, they've got one of the... Probably stick them in the top 10 for the best teams on paper. But
And we had a Carling Cup winning team that got relegated.
yeah.
Did you?
No. So the paper bit's nothing really, is it? I don't
Not
think.
really,
Do you
no.
think?
No.
But,
I
hey
think
ho.
so. Yeah. That's the way it goes.
Hey-ho.
Yeah, no, I think I'm with you. I think Millwall.
So you think the bottom three is going to be the bottom three then? Now?
Yeah, but I
it's
think
looking
we-
bad. I think
yeah.
they're 36, so they're like 6 points behind Rotherham, aren't they? And 7 points behind Fulham. So, yeah.
I think Wigan could run it close though out of the two. As I said about their next two fixtures are against Fulham away and then Millwall at home. So if they got 6 points out of that, then they're going to be pushing against Fulham.
Queen's Park Rangers 1, Aston Village
Yeah.
0. Get in, get in,
Just
get in, get in. Yes. Oh, I've dropped my pen and everything.
You couldn't write it.
Hey?
You couldn't write it.
Oh, you couldn't, could
Can
you?
now.
You couldn't.
Hit your pen up.
You couldn't. I feel good. Do 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 do.
I bet it's fun looking at the as it stands table.
As it stands table, we'll have a look at the Premier League in a second. But I just want to nip to the top of the Championship because we're sort of not just staying with the Blues show tonight. We're going to have a quick gander at the whole situation. We've got Bournemouth on the top there with 77, played 41. Then Norwich 76. Would be nice to see Norwich go back up to the Premier League. I don't, I don't think, and I genuinely feel sorry for Chris Hughton as well because I think he was a genuine guy.
Yeah.
And he could have been a friend of the show, Chris.
He could have been, yeah.
But he never came in. And then in the playoffs at the minute, then we've got Watford 41-76, Middlesbrough 41-75, Derby back up with their win against Charlton over the weekend 41-71, and Wolves 41-71, with Brentford just nipping out at 41-70.
Very tight in there, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean Brentford have dropped right off as well, haven't they?
Yeah, well, since they said that the manager wasn't going to stay when they finished the
What a
season.
stupid thing to do.
Yeah, well, one, to actually say it, and two, to do it in the first place. He's got them promoted in this first season and then got them pushing for the playoffs in the league above. And if you look at the stature of Brentford, they shouldn't be a team that's pushing the playoffs up, pushing potentially to be in the Premiership next year.
As it stands, Villa
They are in the relegation zone.
Yeah,
As
yeah.
we sit here now, the handkerchiefs and the bed sheets have just come out at Vile Park
Once
to
again.
mop up all the tears. Hallelujah.
Matthew Phillips
Sometimes.
is the goal scorer.
Sometimes.
Okay.
Sometimes.
Oh no, they've equalised.
Sometimes.
Now. They've equalised. I'm afraid. Sorry,
Oh.
You've jinxed
All
it,
right.
that's what it is.
Benteke.
Oh.
It's Tuesday. Terrible Tuesday.
Oh.
There we go.
Draw's still no good for them, really.
No.
However, Queen's Park have got plenty of time to
Yeah.
get another one.
Pushing back up
Or
to
three.
16th, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't want to look now. I just wanted to see him in the relegation zone. As it is, the BBC Sports Football will have updated that already, and I'm not going to change over to look at it. There you go. There you go.
So who do you think's getting promoted then this season?
Promotion for me is going to be. I'm still edging my bets on Watford, to be honest with you.
I don't know if you've seen the stats on the two strikers. They've scored 39 goals between them.
Incredible.
Which is, yeah, and then they've got Vidra on the bench who scored quite a few himself, so they've definitely got goals in them.
And then playoffs. If we can do a job against Wolves on Saturday and dent their confidence, I'm edging on Middlesbrough out of the playoffs.
Ooh, that's a surprise.
Why?
Well, Middlesbrough have been pushing for the top two for the majority of the season now, so like if they didn't make the playoffs.
No, I'm looking for Middlesbrough to win the playoffs. Sorry.
Oh, sorry, I
Beg
thought
your
you meant to. Yeah,
So,
I'm not surprised actually. You think that? So
I'm hoping it'll be Watford, Middlesbrough, Derby, Brentford, a Derby Middlesbrough final, and Middlesbrough to win the final. That's kind of how I'm thinking at the minute.
what about you, Chris?
I'd like to see Middlesbrough promote as well. I just like I like the club. I like the fans as well. They're a bit like us, really. They could get better. You know, they've got the area where they could have they used to get some good crowds at one stage, 35,000. So, yeah, I'd like to see Middlesbrough back in the Premier League. They'll never get that sort of crowd.
Ex-Viola played for him. What was his name?
It's quite a
Gareth
few.
Southgate.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
He managed them.
And
Did
you
he
thought-
manage them?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
And you thought violence was the ugly face of football.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Nothing personal. It's just...
Just don't like it.
Right, thanks very much, Chris, for the Bavaria 0% beer. I shall drink this. We've got some peach on the beach flavoured chocolate liqueurs in
I haven't dared look at the date.
I'm not going to have one of those, actually.
I've just had one.
But you can tell we've got no guests in tonight, can't you, Ollie? There's snippets, you know.
No.
Potentially out of date
Me
chocolate.
Bombay mixes missing.
That's right. I hadn't even bothered telling
It's
you.
terrible when you get Bombay mixing on the studio, like, and somebody asks you a question, and you go,
That's all we could hear last week. That's funny, that
Wine
was.
gums and jelly babies as well.
Yeah, that's right. Now, all gone.
dear me. Okay, if there's any more good news from the Vile Park, then we'll bring it to you as soon as it
we
happens.
only want good things.
Nice to see that my new fan mate Brogan is still listening. There you go. Another mention for you. That's 2 in a night. You know I'm so kind.
Might play a little song actually now. Have a little mini half time maybe.
Let's do that, shall we?
Okay.
Let's do that. Half time. We'll be back in about 3 minutes.
Yeah, about 3 minutes.
International.
It's so photogenic, baby. Camera loves you, smile you seduce. I'ma set you as my wallpaper. It's so photogenic, so
Same, baby.
Camera loves you,
Photogenic.
I
I wanna be a photographer. And little mama, yeah, she's so bad. A supermodel on that runway, so fat. Ha, she got the 6-inch heels, but shorty looking right, gotta try to feel. But real quick, take a photo and bend it over, shorty. Damn, that's a photo. Ha, I throw them bands for that promo, bands that make her dance, I get it down, so it up, go down, and put it on me, shorty. Slow down. I put it down for the night, but she can get it anytime, hit it on sight. And baby girl, I'm your photographer. Only time she's good when I'm up inside of her. I think this girl, she's the right one. Mrs. Photogenic, hold it down with the Nikon.
photogenic, baby. Camera loves you, smile you seduce. I'ma set you as my wallpaper. So photogenic, so sexy, baby. Camera loves you, smile you seduce. I'ma set you as my wallpaper.
We put it down, it's a photo shoot. I got the cam ready, all I wanna see is you. My little sexy lady, little mama bad, I want you, baby. I think I'm dreaming this reality. I want it so bad, my twisted fantasy. I wanna go down so I can bring her up. I let her be my queen and she can run it up. I run it back to the full lips. She run it back, shorty too thick. I gotta pause for that photo. Anything is good, hold it down for that promo. Now bring it back, love me long time. Now bring it back, I want it long time. I think this girl, she's the right one. Mrs. Photogenic, hold it down with a Nikon.
Oh, yeah. Camera loves you, smile. I'ma set you as my wallpaper. So photogenic, baby. Camera loves you, smile. I'ma set you as my wallpaper. Focus, girl. Keep it looking sexy. Get to my lens. Oh, you gotta keep me focused, girl. You're a natural, you're beautiful, and I ain't gonna agree with me. Yeah. You're soft, you're so photogenic, baby. Camera loves you, smile you seduce, baby. I'ma set you as my wallpaper. So photogenic, so sexy, baby. Camera loves you, smile. I'ma set you as my wallpaper.
I'm saying, baby, can I be a photographer? This is so sexy.
And we're back in the room.
A very big welcome back to the Tilton Talk Show. Monday, it's just about 8:05. Unfortunately, the scores up the road is still 1-1, so we've nothing else really exciting to report. And that, hey ho, hey ho. Right, we're going to talk about Robbo now. A, the talking point in the game, Ollie, which you had the advantage of seeing live, and then B, whether he's going to be included in the squad next year.
Don't forget that he's got a book signing at
Don't get me wrong, I like the guy. I've met him. He's a very nice man. Friend of the show, almost.
Yeah, he's got a book signing as well tomorrow if anyone's about between 1
Has
and
he?
2. Yeah, he's got a
okay.
new book coming out. I think it's called Unsung Hero by Keith Dixon, who's done quite a lot of Birmingham books in the past.
I don't think he's been completely forgiven for the small incident that he had at St Andrews, was it?
Yeah, it was with Damien Johnson.
Yeah, with DJ. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't think he's been completely forgiven for that one.
I was quite surprised actually, like the way that people. There's certain forums that he's talked about on, and even before yesterday, I was surprised by the way that people saw him, and they do take that into account quite a lot.
Yeah,
it's just, I know it's happened to a Birmingham player, and I know what happened was bad that he broke his jaw and everything, Damien Johnson, but people get carried away. Yeah. It was a big game. Like,
it was a big game, yeah. Local
he
derby.
apologised for it straight away, and he also went to the hospital to see Damien Johnson at the time.
He did.
He couldn't really do much more to apologise and show sympathy towards the situation. So what do people expect? You know.
But I've met the guy, and he's a very good talker, a very nice guy actually. His wife's a very nice lady as well.
Yeah, she's very nice. Yeah, Mrs. Ross.
And she gets sort of kind of stuck in, you know. She's not like a waggy kind of wife, if you know what I mean. She joins in, and you know she's part of what's going on, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I think she's heavily involved now with the ladies. I think she gets.
Yeah.
Capo is saying he's been given a 1-year contract to play only if needed, as long as he full-time coaches the under-21 side. That's interesting.
Is that Capo's opinion?
Yeah. He has been. That's what
it's a
Capo's
statement,
saying. He
isn't it?
has. It's a statement,
I thought it was just reported. That's all. I didn't think it was made official. If he can show us where he found it from.
Can we have it officially, please? Thank you very much, Mr. Capo.
Yeah. If that is actually just reported, then I think that probably is a good way to go about it and say, look, we're looking to bring other players in this area. But it would be great to have you still around the dressing room and also coaching, because he is doing his coaching badges. So it's a great position for him to be in terms of he'd have so much coaching experience if he was given that role, and he'd still be a football player.
So Capo said it was confirmed, and then he says, I can't remember where I saw it, so it's not confirmed.
Okay.
Probably the Daily Star.
This is the calibre of the reporters we have out there.
Yeah, it's all good stuff, isn't it? What about the incident then over the weekend? Tell us about it and what your reaction was and what other fans' reaction was around you.
Well, if we go from before the game, what I said about the Rotherham game, Kiernan made a number of mistakes during the game and didn't cover himself in glory, considering he's played really well in the last few games that he's been since he's come in. To not be playing at Wigan and they're in the bottom three and then coming for us and be a real good player, it's quite surprising. And then, he made 3 mistakes-ish, about that many, against Rotherham. And when I saw that he'd been taken out, I thought, I think he has been dropped rather than he's rotated. But Rowett's probably making it easier to drop him by telling him that it's to rotate rather than... Well, we don't know because
I'm
we
sure
weren't
he's big
there.
enough
But
man to take it that he'd been dropped.
I suppose, but you can get managers that find it difficult because they didn't like it when they were players. If someone told them that, So a lot of people on Twitter, as you said as well, didn't take to it very well at the time when he got when it was announced that he was playing. Although as I said, I did think at the time it was a wise decision, because you can't, if someone's not playing well, you can't just keep playing them because he's going to get found out.
Yeah.
So to change it was probably a good idea, freshen it up. Robinson's not played for a few weeks, so it's probably a good idea. But then, they put Callum Wilson, who is a very good striker, on him, and he just tore him apart with his pace. I
What
don't.
is he? I mean, no disrespect to Robbo. I mean, he's been around the bush, hasn't he? Like,
Yeah.
you know, he's not getting any quicker.
I wouldn't say all the goals were his fault though. Like, there were the penalty decision. Like, yes, he gave away the penalty, and it was a definite penalty. But if you watch the replays, it was Morrison who was keeping Wilson on to beat the offside trap, and then Robinson had to cover him because he was pushing out too late. It meant that Robinson was already on the turn as he was chasing after Wilson, and Morrison was, you know, on his heels, so to speak, and wasn't able to catch him. So it's Morrison's fault in that sense. But yeah, just overall there were a lot of blame attached to him. But everyone has that day. I'm sure no one can say that in any line of work that they're in, every day goes perfectly well, and some days they even have stinkers where nothing goes right.
I saw Kenny Burns play that bad. My dad said, "You know what? He's played that bad. He's going to score in a minute." And he had such a bad game. I remember that, you know, we were stood at the front of the Cop, about 10-15 rows back, as we always used to, and he said, "Kenny Burns has played that bad today. He will score in a minute." And lo and behold, I'm going to try and get hold of Kenny.
Yeah, he's done it as well. He's always done it.
Yeah, I'm going to try and get hold of Kenny, but what I'm not going to do is tell him who I am, because he won't recognise me, because he's not seen me for about a good 15 years.
Oh, right, you've changed it probably since then.
No.
Not Graham.
Oh, yeah, as if, yeah. And invite him to become a friend of the show. And then tell us a story of how he threw up over Brian Clough's wife.
Of all the people you could do that to.
Yeah, he threw up over Brian Clough's wife at a dinner.
Interesting.
An end of season dinner.
There's a bit of alcohol involved in this.
Large amounts.
He's Scottish.
Yeah, he's Glaswegian as well.
Well, there you go. It speaks for himself.
Yes.
I'm presuming that's when he was at Nottingham Forest then. Yeah.
So,
was that when he was at Forest?
He was at Forest, when he was at Forest, obviously. Of course, they won the European Cup. Trevor Francis scoring the winning goal.
Yeah, did. Yeah.
We'd get Trev in, but I think he charges, doesn't he?
Just a bit, yeah. Yeah. I'm afraid that box up there that you sniffed a few weeks ago is the closest you're ever going to get.
Listen, Chris, I've got that much charm, isn't it? You never do know. You never do know. 25 minutes gone at B6, and it's still sadly 1-1. Open for another Queen's Park Rangers goal or 5. So that'll sort that out. Right, okay. Robbo, then, do you think he's got do you think he'll be a player next year?
I would not be surprised to see Rout give him a contract next year, and as I said, I would like to see him get a contract.
Do you think? Sorry, do you think? I know I'm butting in here, but do you think that contract would be more of a morale thing for the dressing room as well as
definitely?
You know what I mean? Because I know he is a great motivator, a great talker. Yeah. So.
And people seem to forget that about what happened at the end of last season.
He got suspended for 3 games, didn't he?
No, he won Player of the Season, and you know you don't do that
Fans
unless you've done a good
fickle.
job. Yeah,
Stop. Fans are fickle.
It's unfortunate that that's the case, but as I said.
But as you said to me earlier, I mean, was it 2009? Before,
he has his reputation of being a thug and an aggressive guy. Yes, he picks up yellow cards more. Well, he picks up more yellow cards in a season than most people do at Christmas, but he's not had a red card since 2009. If you got a reputation as a thug, I wouldn't think that going 6 years without a red card would be the normal thing.
But it does tend to stick, doesn't it? I mean, same as like with Joey Barton. I mean, that's always stuck. He hasn't had that many send-offs.
There are just certain players that have got that kind of calibre about them, isn't there? You know, so and we've had a few up and down. We've had a few back in the 90s, mate. I tell you.
Oh yeah, the crazy gang, the real crazy.
They were nutters. They were
the real
absolute
crazy
nutters.
gang.
I don't think you had the joy to.
Barry Fry's team.
The Daishes and all my life. Yeah, they were completely nutters.
Liam Daish is about to be relegated with Nuneaton as well. Yeah. I don't know if you've seen that. They got 3 points deducted today, which is
why? What was that for?
Eligible player. And
Daishi was trying to put an eligible player on.
Yeah, this is the thing I don't get. They got deducted 3 points and fined £500. And so did Colwyn Bay, who were in the league below. Who got exactly the same unregistered player that played, and they didn't get any points deducted from that game because Nuneaton won their game and Colwyn Bay didn't. Oh, to me, it should just be a flat.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it should
that's
be.
just typical of the FA. We'll need to speak to Mr. Walker about this, I think. Friend of the show,
think
Andy
so.
Walker.
Yeah.
Well, I'll send him a message later and ask him why. I'm going to put a little star on my...
So we're on
So that when I get home... Right, I've just put a star in pen just below my thumb, so that when I get home...
They'll go,
I won't be able to
that's
remember
fine.
what that starts for.
What the hell did I put that
But
in?
no, I'm going to message Andy Walker and find out why... was it... Did you say it was
Nuneaton.
Nuneaton?
And Colwyn Bay was the other
Colwyn
team
Bay.
that didn't get points.
We want a
deducted.
Stewards inquiry.
Yeah.
So where are they in the league now?
I think they're second bottom now after that points deduction of 3 points.
Right, okay.
They need 9 points. They're 9 points from safety with 3 games to play. So I don't think they're going to stay.
Not good, is it? Not good, is it? What's the league below that then?
The Conference North. Oh, and that's
Conference
being
North.
revamped next year.
Oh, right. Okay.
Right.
So what's that going to be now?
They've now changed the bottom 3 or 2 tiers, the North and South and the Premier, to the National Leagues. The National League and the National League North and National League South.
Right. Okay.
And BT Sport are going to revamp it completely, put more games on TV.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Have
That's great.
a daily show during the week as well.
Brilliant.
And also do a lot of online stuff and really, you know.
Oh, that's good.
So it's great news. It's going to put so much more money into it.
Yeah.
The only thing is, I don't think a lot of League 2 clubs are going to be happy about it, because if you think about, I don't know, for instance, Grimsby and Bristol Rovers, if they stay down, Barnet, if one of those stays down, they're going to be a lot stronger than a lot of teams in League 2 if they get promoted the year after. Say, if, like, I don't know, Bristol Rovers don't go up this season.
They should do, shouldn't they?
Yeah, well, they should, on paper they should get promoted in the playoffs because they're just off the top spot. But, yeah, if they don't get promoted this season and then get some money from BT because of this new deal and then get promoted, they're going to be in such a great financial position compared to, I don't know, Cheltenham or Hartlepool or, you know, those teams right down there, York.
Yeah.
So there's
Half
just going to be
so,
you're going to see so many more teams pushing for the playoffs and promotion in League 2 that have been promoted the season before. I know that's happened quite a few times now in like Norwich, Southampton to the Premiership, and maybe even Wolves, hopefully not this season. But it's going to happen so much more in the lower leagues now if they are putting as much money as what's being reported.
Yeah.
So
Interesting.
yeah, it's good to see how that unfolds.
Yeah, good stuff.
All will be revealed. 14,000 and how many downloads, Chris, of programmes?
Yeah, 14,000.
Was it
460 something? Yeah. Not bad,
14. Sorry, 16,000.
16,446.
16,446
Yeah.
programme downloads, which ain't too bad, is it?
No,
It's home attendance, isn't it?
goes-
That's good,
yeah, that's right. Yeah, that'd be a good home attendance for us, actually. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
With home fans
Yeah.
as well. Yeah, if
Yeah.
you add on the away, that's 18, 19.
I don't know what
So,
our,
it'd be
our
good.
average has been this season. It's going to pan out to be around about the 15 and a half in it.
Yeah, I would have thought so, yeah. It wouldn't
Not
be
good.
too much more than that, I can't see.
No.
Right, okay, what's your take on news also in the Daily Star, you know, one of these reputable newspapers,
Yes.
that Damari Gray, not only Liverpool but West Bromwich Albion are sniffing round him as well.
I would be surprised if it was Liverpool, to be honest. He didn't show anything yesterday, I'll tell you that for free. It was really
He hasn't
poor.
shown anything since the bids stopped.
Yeah.
At all.
Although I think for the last 2 games, because he didn't play particularly well against
His
Rotherham
form's
either.
dropped actually
Yeah.
since
But
then, hasn't he?
The thing is, he played 3 games for England under 19s in the time that during the international break, 3 times, which is it's quite a bit compared to everyone else. So he's played 5 games in the past 2 weeks,
Yeah.
and compared to everyone else's 2, it's it's great that he's being given chances for England, in the under 19s, but that's probably not helping his form if he's playing every week for Birmingham. But yeah, as you said about since the bids came in, yeah, I completely
It's
agree.
completely dropped, yeah.
I don't know whether it's pressure or
does it affect you
so,
that way? You know, I wouldn't have thought so.
You know, if it was me, I'd be playing out my skin every week. Well, look, hang on, right, okay, let's take a step backwards. He's a very young lad,
yeah,
and he's played a lot of games.
yeah. So that's it's not going to
So
happen.
I'm sort of putting me like head on, you know, with a brain in it, the one that doesn't normally just carry away and think, you know,
Brain.
maybe pea size, but there was one in there. You know, he is a young lad, and he's played an awful lot of games. He's had to play a lot of games, though. That's been the issue, yeah.
That's his first full season as well. Don't forget, he didn't start playing last year until early November, I think it was.
Yeah, right towards the end, wasn't it? Yeah. And so, you know, can we discredit the lad too much? I don't know. He is a professional footballer. He's fit as a fiddle. Should be able to run round a park for 90 minutes.
Crikey,
you know, it's an hour and a half, isn't it? That's how long we
15,000
normally do a
pound a
Tilton
week.
talk show. No, he won't be on that.
I bet he's not far off
Won't be on that.
10,000.
How much?
10,000?
No, I think the cap is
no,
6 at St Andrews, isn't it?
Yeah,
I think there's a 6,000 cap.
because bear in mind.
Do we
that-
not think that he was probably paid a little bit more to stay on?
The last time he signed a contract was before he started playing regularly for the first team, and that's why he's in the situation he is with
Right.
it. So I'd be surprised if he was earning anything over 1,000. If I'm being totally
1,000 a
honest, I
week?
know it's surprising
No.
to think that, but he hasn't. The club aren't stupid. They know that if they wait until it's really stupid for him
Well, if
to
he's only
try-
earning 1,000, I wouldn't bother him turning up.
you know where I'm coming from
I'd
though.
sweep
like-
the floor for that.
You know where I'm coming from though. Like
Yeah.
they know that they shouldn't give him a new contract until they'd be stupid not to.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
So if they wait until like in this summer, like that's when they're going to start talking to him about his contract properly. Like I know they have during the season after all these bids, but they will properly talk about it in the summer because they know that if they don't, they're going to sell him for very little after that. So they have to, and they've waited as long as they can to give him not much compared to the rest of the first team. Well, it's obviously a good wage for a general guy.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, that's what I meant.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't. I should imagine he's probably on a bit more than £1,000 a week. I would go for 2 or 3. I would. Yeah, because he had a little chat with Clark at the end of the season, didn't he?
Yeah, but there wasn't. That was only to talk about potentially signing contracts in the future. I don't think they would have announced it if he signed an extension because he hasn't since. You know, you look at him now. This time last year compared to now, you know, different player really.
Okay, so where would you like to be? You're Damari Gray. Would you like to be sitting on the bench at Liverpool every week? Probably quite
Not
close
even
to
on
the
the
back.
bench.
Hang on. Probably quite close to the back. Would you like to be sitting on the bench for West Bromwich Albion every week? Probably second row from the back. Or would you prefer to be playing football in and out every single week for your £3,000? And perhaps your 10,000 at Liverpool and 5,000 at West Brom.
After looking at Bournemouth yesterday, I did think the only place where they looked weak was the left wing.
Bear in mind, Bournemouth nearly bought him.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
if I was him, I would look at that Bournemouth team and think, God, because all football players, the first team players, think that they should be starting in every.
Yeah.
That you know, you wouldn't be at a club if you didn't think you should be in the first team. And he probably looks at that Bournemouth team and thinks, you know, I'm the missing link there. You know, they need a left winger, and that'd be perfect for me.
Yeah.
You know, just like they've got Matt Ritchie coming in on the right side. They've got then they'll have Gray coming in on the left side. They've got 2 really good strikers. They've got 2 really good centre mids. They've got solid defence. That's the missing link. So I'd be pretty annoyed that I wasn't playing for Bournemouth at the moment if I was him. You know, at Liverpool, he'd probably be out on loan, to be honest, somewhere in the Championship, whether it be us or not is a but 2-1.
They're winning 2-1.
Oh, no. You know what's happened.
It just gets worse and worse.
Mid-flow as well
Up to
for
15.
Gray.
Yeah.
Is it Vla that scored?
I don't care.
That's my guess.
I don't care.
Just ignore
Oh,
it.
for
It'll go away.
goodness
It'll go
sake.
away.
Oh, I don't even want to listen to this on the way home now.
Talking of rumours, I'm sure I heard the rumour that there was a consortium after the Albion
Yeah,
we-
they've Jeremy Peace has said that it
A
150 million.
Oh, it was 200 million, so
Oh,
it's dropped
No,
a bit. So.
150 million for West Bromwich Albion,
Yeah.
and also 150 million for B6. And we'll probably get sold for about, I don't know,
Quid.
a bag of carrots and
Yeah.
some cabbages off Birmingham Market.
a tenner and 200 nectar points.
150 million's a lot
And a
of money,
couple of
isn't
new
it?
corner
For
flags.
a lot of money for the baggies, isn't it? 150 million.
No, unfortunately, it was that same one that scored previously. I can't even say his name. But there you go. Yeah. Damn.
Techie.
Assisted by the other one that's up front.
Oh, well.
It really isn't good sports radio when you won't say their names, is it?
No.
We're often part
Right
of that.
footy chop from the centre of the box to the bottom left corner.
Capo, don't get so excited, that's all I'll say. You
Yeah.
have to mention goal twice. Right, okay, well, our hour's nearly gone into the last 5 minutes, and I know this, by the time we've spoken, takes about a minute to get to the... To go through all the airwaves and,
Yes,
and
that's
around
right,
the world
yeah,
and back again
yeah,
3 times,
yeah.
and then...
Time travel, innit?
Yeah.
Oh, Doctor Who.
I can't listen to this on the way home. I'm going to have to put music on. I never listen to music in the car either, do I? Never.
I don't know. I've never been in your car.
I never. Right, here you go. Ollie, here's a statement for you. I never listen to music in the car unless it is my Birmingham City CD. There you go.
Is that because you listen to music too much at work?
At weekends, yeah. And
Never listen to it.
and then if something comes on and like there's been a little bit of whilst I was playing that tune, and it reminds me of it, it puts me in a bad mood, so I don't bother doing it.
Are they all vinyl, are they, you play? Or is
No,
it mixed?
my vinyl, I've got about 10,000 vinyl. Those are all categorised in boxes. And I've got several thousand CDs, and those are all categorised and in boxes. But I keep all the CDs at the club as an emergency backup, so that if anything happened to the computer, then I could drop onto the CDs. I couldn't drop onto the vinyl at the club. But then I've got 2 CD players and access to 2 laptops. So if there is a break, it's literally it's and I've always got a tune queued. So if you do blue screen, because Windows is notorious for that anyway, isn't it? You just press a button and away you go again. Okay, it cuts half a song off and it puts half. It doesn't sound too brilliant, but 3 seconds later they've all forgotten it. So that's
better than having like.
a
loads of
20
people
minute
moaning.
a 20-minute pregnant pause would not be good.
No.
No, I don't want to look at this. Oh God, I'm so angry. Right, okay, so we've got the predictions in then currently for the Dingles home game. £30 a ticket. I'm going to put my feet down. I'm not going to go. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to pay 30 quid to watch Championship football.
That is
I'm not, Chris.
I mean, if you got a couple of kids
I
and a couple of burgers, a couple of pints.
Well, it's 100 quid gone, isn't it?
Well,
It's £100.
Travel.
And then, of course, my travel's obviously a lot more than yours,
Yeah.
I mean, what do I spend? Like about 15 quid a week coming here to do this.
When you were in early teens, late teens,
I would have walked.
Did you think about?
No.
You used to think about the money.
Money was never an issue.
No?
I'd have walked to St. Andrews. We did walk to St. Andrews once.
Oh, I did a few
Got there and
times.
the
Yeah.
game was
Toxteth,
cancelled.
From Utoxeter.
From Warwick, I think it was.
Oh, right.
Which is 18 miles.
Yeah,
isn't it?
still
It's no-
far.
Yeah.
It's no mean feat, to do
We used to
it.
march really from the Utri.
Yeah.
We literally used to march.
Oh,
from the Utri,
Chris, one of these. Tell you what we do. We'll have an out of season recording session, and we'll come up with all the stories that we used to get up to
I've got loads of
back in the day when it was. But it was. You're allowed to do it more then. You know what I mean? It's like everything's so politically correct now, and you can't put your foot off the curb without the health and safety man coming and slapping a sticker on you now, can you? So
They don't open the gates at half time, either.
The what? Sorry.
They don't open the gates at half time now anymore.
Do you know? I never took advantage of that, Chris.
Didn't you?
No. Well, no.
Always
Chris,
to queue up at half time to get in.
I know. Weird, because the old St Andrews, when it was standing, I mean, sometimes in games like there would be 6,000-7,000 when we were in the old third division, and that would be it. And then by the time the game finished, it was like 9, 10.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Oh yeah.
There's this big surge at half time of all the freebies coming in.
Queue up at half time to get in. Go on, yeah.
Oh dear. Anyway, up. Right, I can't look at that anymore. I've got to turn that bit off because that's thoroughly depressing me. Sorry that we've not brought you a ladies update today. Chris will be back next Monday, and I'm sure he'll have plenty to discuss and talk about on that one.
Although we can say that they've got a coach going from Solihull Moors
Yes.
for the Man City game on Sunday. So if anyone's free on Sunday. It's £12 for adults, £8 for concessions. Leaves at 10 o'clock in the morning from Solihull Moors ground. Comes back at about 7.
That's all from memory?
Yeah.
Oh, you are good.
I was thinking of doing it, but I
Yeah?
can't. I've got stuff on that day,
right.
which is annoying. But I would have gone. It's cheap. Like, it would have been £8 for me concession, and then about £5 for a ticket. That's such good value.
It is. It's for a good day out
pennies.
as well. Right,
Yeah.
Okay, right. We're back as normal next Monday night, 7:30. We start, isn't it? 7:30
yeah.
through till 9 o'clock, bringing you the full show. Hopefully, Chris Pugh will be back next week, and Jay will be back next week. So we'll have a full complement in the studio. Brogan, it's been a pleasure having you along with us for the journey this evening. And what we want you to do is take care. Listen, guys, if you do go to the game on Saturday, be safe. That's the main thing. The big thing is be safe. No hassle, no trouble. Don't get into any argy-bargy. It's silly. You will be spotted. You will be rooted out, and you will be barred and banned, hopefully, for life. Good night, God bless, take care, keep right to the end of the road. Ollie, great to see you. You're back in next Monday before you go back off to university.
Yeah, will be. Yeah.
Brilliant. And Chris, thanks ever so much for the laugh about the hair dye.
You're welcome.
Have a great week, guys, and keep right on to the end of that road. Don't you worry. We are going to do these dingles on Saturday. We're going to do them. Saturday is the day we get revenge on a football field.
Good night.